So I'm making this video because we recently started, and when I say recent, it's been about 4 months, maybe 5 months, maybe even 6 months of buying leads. And I'm laughing because it's comical. You know, I was, a lot of our business is established via word of mouth. We do great work. We make sure all of our customers are taken care of, and that's what we stick by. So, um, like I said, a lot of our work is through word of mouth, and we wanted to kind of step things up a little bit and started marketing. So with the marketing, we started to get on Facebook, create a Facebook page, Instagram page, Twitter, all that stuff. So and then you start promoting on Facebook. $10 here, $20 here, $50 here. We get on Yelp and get a Yelp page, put ourselves out there. Then we're contacted and say, hey, you can buy XYZ. We're going to send you X amount of clicks. Set your budget. So we set our budget. We start out small. We get a few hits. We increase. And as we start to increase, the calls get worse. They are people that don't respond, sarcastic people, people that want things done for prices that are just not, it's just not possible for any plumbing, heating, and air conditioning company, legitimate, that has to pay insurance and run trucks and has a lettered truck and so on and so forth. You just can't provide the services that they're asking for the dollar amount. It just doesn't work. So, we continued to use Yelp. We were up to about $800 a month, and we just weren't seeing results. They were basically a partner at that point that we just paid every month. We caught a couple of calls, here or there. But it's still, just barely paid for itself. And at that point, that's not worth anything. Especially when most of the people don't leave reviews. We were doing pretty good in the beginning, and people were posting reviews. We offered discounts, for their time to post reviews, and they would post good reviews and they would be taken down, which I didn't understand, and I got this whole BS about because they're not a constant Yelp user, their review didn't really count, and you're not really supposed to tell them to leave a review, and blah 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 blah. So, in the meantime, we're getting calls from Home Advisor, networks, digital this, blah 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 this, lead generating that, and just inundated with more marketing calls and lead generating companies just calling all throughout the day. Between robocalls and people wanting to sell us things that I didn't even know if they were doing anything for the money. In some cases, they would call and say, hey, we're offering a 3-month marketing strategy. And, in some cases I'd say, yeah, it sounds good, but I'm not a marketer. So I'm relying on these people to do their job and market us. But nothing ever came about. It's not like I received any phone calls that, hey, I seen your ad on so-and-so, and it was marketed by, Jack and Jill's marketing service, whatever. Didn't receive any of that. Just received more and more and more people trying to sell me stuff. as opposed to people calling for service. It's insane what's going on right now, and people are looking to sell me stuff, and they're not calling me for my plumbing, heating, and HVAC services, which is crazy because it gets to the point where I'm just bothered all day long. And we're not a big, outfit here. We're not like 50 guys or whatever. It's me and my partner Frank, and we've been in business for a while, and we decided to ramp things up. And like I said, another company we were contacted by was Networks. I'm on my, I don't know, 25th lead with them. I'm gonna tell you a couple stories, and you're gonna laugh because if you're another contractor out there, I hope you watch this, and something needs to be done here because this is just out of control. It's completely out of control. So I pay for, and I try to be specific and say I want HVAC installation leads, just like anybody does, right? So, we set our budget. We start out $200. We leave it there. We get the calls like, "Hey, there's a lead. Wow, it's like day 2. This is great. This is really going to take off." And you call the lead back, and you call, and you call, and you email, and you text, and you call, and nobody answers. And you waste hours of time, trying to follow up with people that have no intentions on getting any work done whatsoever. So then you have to submit, almost like a claim on their site and say, "Hey, this person didn't answer the phone." So you have those, and a lot of them, a lot. Then you have others that apparently they can't get people to come out and do small repairs. So they know this, and then they put their request in as a HVAC full installation. And they know damn well that they're not getting a full installation. They just need a small repair. And we end up paying for a full installation lead, which could be upwards of $100. Again, contractors out there, they know this. So you have that. Then you have others, which I got a call yesterday about. This was pretty comical. This was just, talk about the audacity of some people. This gentleman calls, and he says, "Hey, I call him back. I'm sorry. I call the lead immediately. And I says, "Hey, this is Vince from Go Green Maintenance and Repair, Plumbing, Heating, and HVAC Services. I see that you put a request in for a HVAC installation." He says, "Yeah. I need you to come out and size it and engineer it so I can put it out for bid." I said, "What?" "Yeah, I need you to come out and size it and engineer it and then so I can put it out for bid." He says, "I have an architect, and I'm putting an addition on my house that's just as big as the size of my house." And I'm thinking to myself, the balls that you have to call me and tell me that you want me to come to your house for free, engineer you an HVAC system for an addition that's just as big as your house, and you have an architect already. So that was a $56 lead. That was complete garbage. How do you call somebody and say, I want you to come to my house for free and engineer my HVAC system so I can put it out for bid? Oh, by the way, I have an architect. Like, this is the level of lead. Like, this is it's garbage. And what I'm saying is this stuff needs to stop. It really does. It's garbage in to their system and garbage out. And I've spent the last 4 days watching videos, getting online with that Google certification for marketing, and watching these guys generate these sites that capture these people looking for plumbing and HVAC services ahead of our sites. And when I say our sites, I mean the subcontractor, the contractor, the plumbing, actual physical people going out, getting in their trucks that they pay a shit ton of money in insurance for, lettered up, putting themselves at risk, getting on the road, and going to see these calls. And they're garbage. They're total garbage, and they are bleeding companies, small companies, like myself and everyone else. And it's an absolute excuse me, it's an absolute disgrace what they're doing. They're getting ahead of your website. They're actually going on your website if you're a plumbing, heating, and air conditioning company, and they have a search engine on Google that they can type in the keywords, and they can find out where you're listed and where you're not listed. They check out your deals that you're running, and then they run these deals on their own website to generate the leads. And they specify different areas. You know, my area will be Newtown Square, PA, plumber, cheap plumber, and then they make all these, this one, that one, affordable plumber, budget AC, and or HVAC Pros website. You know, they have no business at all advertising for plumbing, heating, or air conditioning. This is undermining companies that have already, plumbing, heating, and air conditioning companies in my area that have already established themselves, made themselves a website, put out the money for marketing, and did all the legwork just for these schmucks to come in, play with their keyboard, and create keywords, whatever you want to call them, advertising in the background based off your own website that you probably paid thousands of dollars for. I know I've paid thousands of dollars over the course of the years in hosting fees, domain names, changing domain names, trying to get something simpler, every damn thing. And now these guys are going around the back door and creating another website, attracting these people that are on there clicking away, and especially now, and I'm going to tell you why it's bad right now, and you're getting a lot of trash calls, is because of this, you have this lockdown, this coronavirus lockdown, and people are home, and they're like, hey, I wonder what it costs for me to change my heating and air conditioning system. You know, I've been putzing around online, and it's 10 years old, and it has to be, I'm reading things that it has to be replaced, which is great. But now, this other person, I love the curse right now, this other person puts together a website and intercepts this customer. So he intercepts this customer, and then he gets that customer, because the customer fills out a little form online, with their information, saying that, when are you looking to have service done? 6 months, a year, whatever. And then they sell that. Not only do they sell it once, they'll sell it 4 and 5 times. So I'll buy it, another company will buy it, and another 2 companies after that will buy it. For, if it's an install, and depending what area it's in, that's another thing. If it's a lower income area, the leads are lower. You can kind of get a gauge on what's going on. If it's a higher income area, the leads are double what it is in the lower income areas. So it's about $100. So if you do the math real quick, you got a $100 lead, right? That could potentially be complete trash, and most of the time, 90% it is trash. It's just complete trash. People just clicking around. And they sell it 4 times, 5 times. That's $500. $500 that they made. This is what frustrates me. $500 that they made off of one lead that they didn't do a background check. They don't know if the person has money, if they're trying to pay in Disney dollars. They don't have no idea how this person lives. They could be living in a teepee for all they know. And it has an address outside. And they have no money. And they're making $500. And then we, as the contractors, call, go out to the site, try to win these people when they have no intentions on doing anything to their home. No new install, no nothing. I mean, this is a crime. This is insane. I mean, these people don't hold any insurances. They don't have any liability, zero risk, and you're making $500 off the bat. You haven't even left your desk, and that's only off of one lead. And us as subcontractors, we got to put someone in a truck, send them, put them on the road with other people that are scurrying around doing the same thing, trying to get the leads. Right? We got to pay them, go there, try to sell them, and waste time and burn overhead. We're just generating overhead. That's all we're doing. And somehow we got the silent partner that we're paying every month. This shit needs to stop. It needs to stop. I see these videos online where they're saying there's inefficiencies or there's deficiencies and there's not enough contractors and there's too much work. That's bullshit. That's complete bullshit. The dollar amount that the homeowner wants to pay does not cover the cost of the work that they want performed. Period. So what do? The other day, same bullshit. A woman called. I says, hey, what's the issue? She was talking so much, I almost had to hang up the phone. She was telling me she had 4 other techs at the house. One minute she was telling me she paid somebody. The next minute she said she didn't pay anybody because they didn't fix it. And she was just calling me to confirm that was the problem. And I almost, she described to me a combustion air problem. That's basically it. So she was telling me that the boiler was brand new. I said, well, how new is it? I installed it 5 years ago. Well, that's not new. I said, do you have a service maintenance contract? No. Did you ever have it serviced? No. Okay. Well, obviously you need some maintenance. It's an oil boiler. You should have it serviced once a year, right? You have soot. You have issues. If it's not burning right from the beginning, you can clog all the fingers and everything, and it needs to be cleaned up. But she was looking for free information, just like a lot of these people are. And then they take that information. You're willing to go there for free, because you're saying free estimate. They put it down as an install. It's really not an install. You're chasing it. It's like the gold rush. People are telling you there's gold here, and you run over there, and it's there's dust, and it's already gone. It washed away. But I think if I could put a comparison to these leads, I also do some trading, some stock trading. I chased that unicorn for a while. And just like that same premise where people are like, oh, I'll show you how to trade. The money is made in the hopes and dreams and selling the hopes and dreams of being a successful trader. Does that make sense? So now you have these small companies like myself, and you have maybe 1 or 2 companies that are really hit a home run with these leads. They'll catch 1 or 2 here or there, and they post them guys, and them guys hype it up. They hype up the lead generating for a specific company, and you get a little taste of it. You might get a call here or there, and you're like, oh man, this is gonna work. This is the answer. And you start buying this garbage, and you realize that's not the answer. It's on their end. They don't care if SpongeBob SquarePants fills out a form online. The only thing they're doing is pushing that garbage to myself, you. When I say you, it's those other your other plumbing, heating, and air conditioning contractor companies out there that built your business from the ground up, working nights, weekends, underbidding jobs, and making sure that you get the client satisfied and finishing the job, not walking away, and doing all that, servicing your people, just to have these morons backdoor us. And that's what they're doing. They're backdooring us. They're using our information, backdooring us, and then charging us for it again. How crazy is that? This needs to stop. This is an absolute crime, what's going on. And that's the truth about every lead generating company out there. Unless the plumbing contractor or the plumbing company is setting up this system on your own and generating the leads, that's the only way you got a shot with it. Buying them, you'll go through 15 leads before you hit one. And then when you hit that one, you're going to need to hit that one because you're going to have to pay for those other 15 leads that you just blew by and they just wasted your time. That's the reality of it. That's the reality of it. I mean, you're better off going to the blackjack table with that money. Take $25, put $25 down at the blackjack table, and you know what? You could sit there on a run, or you could lose it. And that's basically what's happening. So now, we have, 3 systems running right now. We have Yelp, we have Thumbtack, which is complete trash. Wow, you want to talk about trash? Thumbtack is complete garbage. Complete garbage. I had people, the last call I got from Thumbtack, to check this out. It was 10 o'clock at night, and again, I'm a small company. I'm looking to satisfy the customers. This was like 9:30 at night. This guy was out of my range. He was about 45 minutes away. He didn't have any heat, propane. Said he just got his tank filled. And, when somebody calls me at that time of night, I guess, I don't know, it kind of lingers on my conscience a little bit. Like, I have to do something. So I'll argue with my wife for 20 minutes and tell her I got to go do some work. and that's what I do. And I try to I really move my schedule around to help customers out when they're in situations like that. And I dropped what I was doing. I was basically I was in flip-flops. I dropped what I was doing. I was in the middle of like cleaning up my van, so I had to throw everything back in my van. I go and got dressed, and I drive out of my driveway. I get maybe 10 minutes down the road, and the guy calls me back, tells me, I don't need you. I forgot to tell you, I shut the switch off a little while ago, and just to reset it, and I turned it back on. I turned it back on and now it works. So, yeah, if I need you, I'll give you a call tomorrow. Thanks. I appreciate that because you just cost me $30 for a service call. You cost me money. I offered to come out to your house. Like, I'm ready to come to your house in a fully stocked truck, tools and all, 9:30 at night and not charge you any kind of premium. And that's the thanks I get. Like that, I get charged 35, whatever, $40, and I get kicked in the ass and sent home. That's what you have with leads when buying leads. They're absolute trash. They are garbage, trash, and the reason why is I think they would be good. I think it would be a good thing if these companies did some kind of vetting. So when they get the calls, they got to do the investigation work before they go putting them out. I mean, it's garbage in their system and garbage out. And just as well as I know, if you're putting a pop-up or an advertisement out there somewhere and you're saying, hey, I'm offering $65 service calls, you damn well know there's going to be everybody and their mother is going to be poking around on it. Or if you say, I'm giving away a $25 gift card to Amazon, you know very well that everyone is going to be clicking on there for that $25 gift card. and you're going to get garbage. That's all it's going to attract. You label anything for free, people get the impression that, oh, free, that means your time's not worth anything, you know? And these are the type of ads that they pop up, free quotes, free estimates, free this, free that, and it just costs us money. That's all it does. It just costs everybody money. And at the end of the day, us as subcontract contractors, whatever you are, we end up getting a bad name, like we don't respond, which is complete garbage. When you give a person a number that they're not expecting because they don't know the magnitude of the job, you know, of course they're gonna say, "Oh, they didn't get back to me," or I didn't hear back from them. They're probably bad," you know, which is not the you know, because they don't want, that's not the number that they want to hear. Another thing these lead people are doing too is they're putting numbers to jobs. Who are you to put numbers to jobs? You haven't even gone and looked at it. You don't know. How do you set a range? How do you set a range to remove a piece of ductwork? How do you know if it's a 25-foot run of 10 by 20 ductwork and and drop ceiling that you have to remove? You're gonna put a price on that, like on the fly, and then you have to argue with these people. That does nothing but make you look bad. You know, everybody's situation is different. Even with hot water tanks, if you do hot water tanks in the city, and that's where I'm from South Philly, and Philadelphia, PA. If anybody else is watching this and they worked in the city to do a hot water tank in the city of Philadelphia, it's horrible. It's horrible. They're in the basement. They're 5-foot ceilings. The steps are 26 inches wide, and most of the time people finish their basement and they bury the hot water tank in the wall, like, and they want you to replace the tank for $325 plus the tank. What? How? You have to be a borderline drug addict to do that job. That's it. And then putting, you know, these lead companies putting prices on things. You got no business. You have no business putting prices on anything that we do. You are not the one with the knowledge. You're not. You have no knowledge. You're backdooring people with your stupid websites, intercepting customers that are trying to get to us, and charging us for people that most of them are garbage. You should be ashamed of yourselves. You should be ashamed of yourselves. Ashamed. And then you guys have the balls, the lead generating companies, and these guys to post videos online and yap about how much fucking money you're making? Millions of dollars? 5 figures a day on leads? Are you kidding me? That's a joke. That's a joke. It's an absolute disgrace. And I hope this reaches every subcontractor out there, a contractor out there, plumbing, whatever. Stop. Don't buy from them. Stop. Don't do it. You want to do advertising on your own. Send out your own postcard. Get there, get on the street, beat the streets, leave business cards everywhere. Talk to people. And the best thing that sells is your work. The best thing that sells is quality work. We've been in business since 2009. 2009. I've been in the construction industry and plumbing, heating and air conditioning for, I don't even know, I'm like 39 years old. I've been doing it since I was like 16. I've been doing electrical work with my father when I was like 13. It's like, it's sad. It's sad. And the truth is, these companies, they're on the YouTube and all this other BS, yapping about how much money they can make, and then they're trying to get a following of other people to do the same thing and do lead generating, and they're showing them how to do it, how to go on people's websites and intercept their information. This is ridiculous. I mean, it's nothing more than robbery, if you ask me. Nothing more than robbery. So if you're a business out there, I hope you watch this, and I hope you react to it and cut these people off. Seriously, just cut them off. Cut them off and do your own direct advertising. And like I said, the best thing that sells is your own work. We don't have fly-by-night customers. We have people that've been with us since day one when we started. And we started out like any company does. You start out, any company that doesn't have any money starts. You start out like moonlighting. You're working for a company, you're doing some side work, you get some cards out there, and then you get a little van, blah, 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 blah. You start from the bottom. Not this bullshit. These guys just jump in now after the hard work's done, intercept and go. Come on. This has got to stop. This has got to stop. So, if you guys got any comments, post them down below. Feel free to reach out to me. You can reach out to me directly. I don't even give a shit about YouTube, to be honest with you. I'm putting this out there because I had enough. I absolutely had enough of these lead generated companies and how much time, how much my time and everybody else's time they're wasting, and how much money they're wasting. Because at the end of the day, this just inflates the cost for the customers, the paying customers. That's the problem. You're just racking up unnecessary costs. That's all you're doing. So, if you guys got anything you have, hey, post it down below. I guess I don't know. This is like my first video I put on there, like second video. But this is my first video, like going on a rant like this and letting people know what's going on. So, if you want to email me directly, go right ahead. It's VinRudi, VRUDI @gogreenguy.net. I hope this helps you guys out and puts things into perspective, and cut them off. If you're paying them, cut them off. I hope this helps you guys out. Take care, fellas.